Goodness graciousness. What have we got here? Oh my gosh. Detective Cope, good to see ya. In all my years on the force, I've never seen somebody more dead than that. Absolutely dead. As dead can dead be. I'm not saying he's a deadbeat, but I'm saying he's dead. Maybe beaten to death. It's awful. Oh, it's everywhere. It's ridiculous. Well, I can't just stand here thinking we'll never be able to figure it out. Okay. Word on the street is this guy got around. Had his hand in one too many cookie pots. Then he had a sugar rush. Death. He's a good looking guy. You don't say. Subject is old, maybe 30 years old. 30's not that old. 40, maybe 50. Any identifiers? The only thing we could find was the ID. He went by Filler. Filler? I barely know her. Filler has always been looked upon with a generally negative viewpoint. But lately, we've gotten pretty spoiled with how streamlined modern anime shows are. Filler seems to be a lot less tolerated nowadays than it used to be. The biggest big boys in manga had their anime filled with filler. But nowadays the big boys are, well, less filled. Bruh. Why? Who better to answer that question but me? I'm actually licensed to speak on this subject. So speaking from self-appointed authority and doing absolutely no research to back it up, I'm fully confident that Filler was killed by #1 favorite entry-level anime, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood wasn't the first. FMA was done once before with an anime original ending created for it. This was done with Arakawa's blessing since she didn't want the show to stall out waiting for her to finish the manga. When she did finish the story, FMA was completely remade into a super tight 64 episode show. This is adapting 27 volumes, 108 chapters of manga. This means around 70 pages of manga were being used per episode. This was the first streamlined manga that was a mass mainstream success, and it shows. FMA was hugely acclaimed. Topped anime charts. Universally loved. And that's what did it. That's what killed Filler. Do you believe me? Don't even bother fact-checking me! Can you believe that guy? Filler comes from the need to give people more time. So that could be the animators of the anime giving the author of the manga more time to get the story further ahead, or it could be the animators giving themselves time to stay ahead of schedule on like the important episodes. You know, to stay on schedule without like having to stop the show completely. I mean, God forbid you pause the show because your workers are being overworked. Filler usually doesn't have any plot implications and for the most part can be ignored and skipped over. But not always. It can't always be skipped. Remember this, I will get back to it later in the video, but for now, I'm gonna go through the 3 types of filler that there are. Do you remember that thing I told you to bookmark and we'd get back to? Well, we're back to it. It's called padding. We're back to it already. I hope you didn't forget. We're back to it. You want to go on a roller coaster, but you're a little baby boy. You don't quite reach the height requirements. So what do? You take your shoes, you stuff them with some napkins, and you get that extra inch. And now you can ride the roller coaster. Good for you. Good for you, little man. Good for you, little baby. Good for you, man. Padding is adding with a P. As in adding P to your episode. It stinks. It's fluffing up the episode just so that it reaches a time requirement. But unlike padding a bra, padding a show doesn't actually make the episode look any fuller. Personally, this is one of the most annoying kinds of filler because it's largely unskippable. This is because this kind of filler isn't always non-canon stuff. It's usually canon stuff, but longer than it needs to be. The most common padding is just lengthening actions that were already happening in the show. Just making them longer. Things that technically matter, but you're just making it longer just so that the actual video is longer. But you don't have to adding that kind of stuff. Adding that kind of stuff because technically redundant, but you've added it anyway. Now it's just adding the actual video. That's not good, is it? You can think about like Dragon Ball Z with how long it takes for them to charge up or move in the fight. Like you can edit Dragon Ball Z down and it would be a more streamlined show. In fact, they've done that and it works. Wow. Padding is seen in a lot of shows that aren't seasonal. One Piece, I'm talking about One Piece. Dressrosa arc is 118 episodes long. In the manga, it's 102 chapters long. Each episode is 0.86 chapters of a 20-page chapter. Toei's animation mascot is a cat, which is fitting due to how much they love milk. To milk things. Milking things. It should be a cow. Now, while before you say I'm a complete negative Nancy, I will, in fairness, say some filler is fine. Any filler that adds to the understanding of the characters and their emotional journey is pretty good. That scene with Shikamaru talking to his father, I mean, in terms of filler quality, peak. Now we're in the territory of skippable filler. Full-blown episodes with nothing to add to the plot. And while it's a little bit more work, now you can actually find guides online for which episodes to skip without it actually affecting your overall enjoyment of the story at all. Naruto has like 200 episodes of filler. And I know I mentioned Naruto a lot in this, but okay, I was an anime only and I thought I was tricked. Okay, I was tricked, I was lied to. I thought all of this stuff was necessary. It wasn't. Curry of Life was lost to time. I thought that thing was gonna come in clutch later, and it was forgotten. They never ate it again. I wanted to have Curry of Life. Oh, that's a spicy sauce. Curry. The Curry of Life was lost to time. Thankfully, so was Mecha Naruto. And after Naruto, Boruto seems to be following in his daddy's footsteps. Since out of the 290 episodes aired, 290 of them are unnecessary to watch. Detective Cole, you're my best friend. Okay. Why don't we blow this popsicle stand for a few minutes and just hang out? Hey, yeah, what the heck? You know, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's so fun, Detective. You know, this is pretty fun. Football's something I like a lot. You know, I wish we could do this all the time. I really do. Keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball, sport. Thank you, Detective Codes. Hey, sport, keep your eye on the ball. You know, Detective, I haven't had a day this good in a long time. Yeah, me neither. And it's all thanks to you, my friend. Hey, put it there. That was filler. That was filler. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? Okay. The filler arc is the greatest of lies. It fully tricks you into thinking that what you're watching is truly important. That what you're watching is relevant story, episode after episode after episode after episode. Surely, 40 episodes in a row can't be ignored by the overall plot. Even if it's not significant, you can at least tell yourself that maybe the real treasure we found along the way, or the friends we found along the way were the real treasure we made. But you can't even say that. Because you don't have any friends. None of them exist. In the show, of course. Since filler arcs are long and slow, they're usually total hype killers. Bleach's Bount arc came right after the Save Rukia arc, which is one of the most acclaimed shonen arcs of all time, coming in at 22 episodes long. Bount was 46 episodes long. Total hype killer. You go from hype to wipe, as in I wipe my booty with this arc. Which is sad because if you think about it, filler is usually made to keep the hype of a show going while the author can get ahead. But if it kills the hype, then what's the point? I wish I could say me and filler went way back. I barely knew the guy. I wish I knew him better. Although some people say that I shouldn't wish that. So I wish I knew what to wish. But I don't know. I just don't know. I'm here to pay my respects. You had a good run, filler. I'll miss you. I remember the good times we had after your death. Going skipping in the park, disco rollerblading, disco dancing in the disco rink. Ice cream on the park bench at sunset. Throwing the pigskin like I was a little boy. I'll miss you. I'll miss the times we had, filler. Wait. What is that? What is that? What is that? Gotcha, there's a secret fourth type, which is still accepted and I like it too. Movies. Movies are a type of filler, in a way. Some anime movies tie into the main storyline, but a lot of them don't, and we're totally okay with that. They're spectacle. They're like fireworks. We just like to watch them. Excusable filler to some degree. What's nice is it's always easy to go back and watch these films. They're usually higher quality than seasonal filler, and since they don't really connect to the main story, they're easy just to hop in and watch. And you can watch them whenever you want without the feeling of needing to go and see the rest of the main story play out. I think what's most important is that the movies don't come as a surprise, and they're also not forced on you. Alright, all that to say, let's agree not to waste our time on anime filler anymore. Because we have YouTube now. Also, while we're here, do you read comics or manga? I made a comic book. Buy my book. It's good. Yeah, do whatever you want.